Let's Play The Outer Worlds Teil 34. Hallo, da bin ich auch schon wieder. Wir werden jetzt mal, also der Hauptauftrag führt uns jetzt nach Stellar Bay. Die Nebenaufträge Scylla, Cascadia und Stellar Bay, der leere Mann. Fallbrook und Schrottsammler im All. Da habe ich anscheinend irgendwie verpasst, dass wir da nochmal hin sollen. Also wir fliegen jetzt mal zu Groundbreaker und sprechen mit Lilia Hagen. Und wir werden jetzt auch die Begleiter wechseln, denke ich. Scylla, Monarch. Groundbreaker Andockstation.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Okay. Jetzt nehmen wir mal wieder Parvati. Und Max oder Ellie. Wir nehmen die beiden Damen mit. Genau. Zwar rüsten wir die jetzt auch ein wenig aus. So. Und Ellie bekommt auch hier 108er Rüstung und einen Helm mit 74. Ja, jetzt seid ihr gut ausgerüstet. Können wir losmarschieren. Kaufen wir mal irgendwas?
Is it just me, or is Groundbreaker feeling extra chilly? Maybe you ought to help yourself to a piping hot frozen dinner.
What are you saying, Martin? That's an Auntie Cleo's product.
My law, what have I done? The company will have my head. Both of them. This is awful. Help me, oh Lord!
Gotcha. What I wouldn't give to see the look on your face. This guy's real easy to fuck with.
What kind of depraved mind would conjure such a nightmare?
Das ist unsere Ellie. Ist sie nicht toll?
Agree to disagree. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to put this behind us and forget it ever happened. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
Du arbeitest also für Spacer's Choice. Warst du schon mal in Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation Aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Ist ganz okay dort. Sie haben es nicht leicht, aber sie tragen das Herz am rechten Fleck.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's the Spacer's Choice spirit. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
Nur damit du es weißt, du bist noch immer an einem öffentlichen Terminal angemeldet? Ne?
Shit. Oh, shit. No, I mean, yeah, excellent. Yeah, that was intentional. As the face of Spacer's Choice, it's my honor to be a public figure. Who needs privacy when you have job security?
Ich muss dir eine Frage zu diesem Hut stellen.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
Wo krieg ich denn so einen tollen Hut her?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Alles okay da drin?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. Not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Don't get him started, Captain. He'll go on like this all day.
All night, too. I can't escape these savings. Not even in my dreams.
Kannst du da drin überhaupt was sehen?
I can see all of the top quality merch.
Ja, halt die Schnauze jetzt. Wie putzt ihr denn die Zähne? Pass auf.
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time. But we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Sprat wash, mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Hängt ihr Flüssignahrung dir nicht zum Hals raus?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker. Or anywhere in the Halcyon colony.
Musst du den Hut auch beim Schlafen aufsetzen?
Trouble sleeping? Try our lunar eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
Zwingt dich Spacer's Choice dazu, den Helm zu tragen?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Soll ich dir helfen, da rauszukommen, Martin?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
Ich spreche mit dem Mann unter der Maske. Geht's dir gut?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Tut mir leid, wenn ich dir zu nahe getreten bin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Sag mal, was du so anzubieten hast.
Have a look.
Okay. Lydia. Nee, Lilia.
No Mexi.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill. I oughta. Kept me alive this long. I mean, you treated nice. Makes me happy.
Hallo.
You weren't followed, were you? I hope not.
Ich habe den Navigationsschlüssel für Stellar Bay. Ist der Job immer noch zu haben? Ich habe einen spannenden Typen namens Cedric Kincannon getroffen.
Did you now? How's Cedric carrying on? Did he ever fix that sign for his hotel? The Grand Colonial?
Er nennt seine Organisation Sublight Underground.
Sublight Underground was Cedric's brainchild. He wanted to launch his own enterprise, be his own boss. But he didn't want to relinquish the Sublight name, or the resources, or the connections. So, off he goes to Eridanos, running his own satellite operation up in the clouds.
Ihr beide versteht euch nicht.
I don't mind the guy. I think he's misguided. He makes bits, I'll give him that. But he's too desperate for legitimacy. Cedric wants to sit with the board, so he tries to look the part. Runs a clean hotel, a nice spaceport. Problem is, he makes himself too visible. Puts a target on his back. You want to know what happens if you win a seat on the board?
Was denn?
You learn to shake hands while holding a knife behind your back. Cedric tries to play the game, but he's reckless. He antagonizes Rizzo's, tries to prove he's better. But Rizzo's is old money. Old money has old friends. Cedric doesn't have old friends, but if he wins a seat on the board, he's gonna make a lot of brand new enemies.
Ja, ich habe einen Navigationsschlüssel für Stellar Bay. Ist der Job noch zu haben?
Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
Aha. Was macht Sublight in Fallbrook?
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around with the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
Wie unkonventionell? Ich frage nur für einen Freund.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
Welche Art Bergung besprechen wir hier eigentlich?
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas.
Ich bin also hinter Alta Vitae Gas her. Was genau ist das?
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around with the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply.
Ja, Moment mal, das hast du doch schon gesagt.
It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nucleon in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
But it can be a lot of fun, if you don't mind the possibility of rewiring your body on an atomic level.
You and I have different notions of fun, Dr. Fenhill.
Ich nehme den Job natürlich an.
Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
Ja. Gibt es sonst noch etwas, was ich über Monarch wissen sollte?
Few laws and even fewer people to enforce them. If you're working for the right side, it's a fucking paradise.
So fucking Paradise? Hat jetzt
Probably
wirklich
nothing
fucking
to worry
gesagt?
about.
Ja,
Probably.
natürlich.
Good enough for me.
Okay. Okay. Also nach Stellar Bay
But most of it looks the same from inside the ship.
und dann nach Wild Fallbrook. Ach so, das ist das hier mit dem Vicar Max. Sollen wir lieber den Vicar Max mitnehmen? Naja, wir sind ja noch nicht in Fallbrook. Noch sind wir ja nicht in Fallbrook. Gehen wir vielleicht erstmal mit der. Na. Wir fliegen jetzt einfach mal wohin. Na? Irgendwo auf Monarch. Schauen wir mal. Monarch. Cascadia. Ich lande in Stellar Bay.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Ja, ich lass mal die beiden Damen bei mir in der Crew. Wow, schön. Nioka. Terminal zum Start der Fernlandung bitte Ausweismodul des Captains einlegen. Das ist also Stellar Bay. Grim.
Hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Ja?
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Du wirkst überrascht.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Was machen die da draußen?
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Captain Herr S.
Well, there's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Ist Stellar Bay wirklich so abgeschnitten?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Das ist nicht, was ich auf Monarch erwartet habe, wenn ich ehrlich bin.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Willst du mir etwa sagen, der Vorstand hätte über diesen Ort gelogen?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Ich schau mir mal um.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you?
Ja, klar.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
Na. Kommt drauf an, worum geht es?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself.
Black Hole
Only I haven't
Bertie.
heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Sicher. Ich kann nach deinem Poster fragen.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Gut. Ich schaue mich jetzt aber erstmal ein bisschen um.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock deals, the worker earns his meals.
Was? Agnes, was ist los mit dir?
Sir, please, I need your help. I can pay.
Ja?
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
It's more dissolving than melting.
That is not helpful.
Du vermisst dein Kind? Wo hast du es zuletzt gesehen?
Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Ich helfe dir, deinen Sohn zu finden.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouth. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Hast schon recht. Schön ist es nicht. Gehen wir zu Nyoka, oder? McGuire.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Oh, danke.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
Wie gut kennst du Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. on account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
Warum heißt dieser Ort The Yacht Club?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Gibt es Yachten hier?
Nope. But a man can dream.
Du hast gesagt, ihr bekommt hier nicht oft Besucher zu Gesicht.
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the iconoclasts or some such.
Was ist in Amber Heights passiert?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though.
Sag mal, was du im Angebot hast. Okay. Das Video wird jetzt kürzer. Ich bin so müde. Die wollen wir jetzt mal kurz hinlegen. Wir sehen uns in der nächsten längeren Folge. Bis dahin, Servus.